There are circumstances where a seller may be exempt from filling out a seller's disclosure. But before you decide to omit the seller's disclosure, stay tuned to get a good understanding on this episode of Coffee with Capital. As always, thank you for joining us again, and if this is your first cup, I would like to say welcome to Coffee with Capital. My name is Kelly Yount, and I'm an attorney with Capital Title. And this week I will go over when a seller is not required to furnish the seller's disclosure notice. Paragraph 7 of the TREC 1-4 residential contract addresses the seller's disclosure notice pursuant to the Texas Property Code, Section 5.008. The options to check under this paragraph are 1. Buyer has received the notice, or 2. Seller shall deliver the notice to the buyer within so many days after the effective date, or 3. The seller is not required to furnish the notice under the Texas Property Code. So when is a seller not required to furnish the notice under the Property Code? We did have a seller just last week who refused to fill out a seller's disclosure, thinking they were exempt because they never lived in the property, but it turns out they were not exempt. So I thought I would take a moment and go over the Texas Property Code, Section 5.008, as it refers to the sellers who are not required to furnish the notice. Some of the situations where a disclosure is not required for transfers are 1. If a direct part of a court order, a foreclosure, or a bankruptcy. 2. Back to the lender in lieu of foreclosure. 3. From a fiduciary to a new buyer to settle an estate or a guardianship or a trust. 4. From one co-owner to another. 5. Between spouses or direct relatives. 6. As part of a divorce. 7. An unoccupied new residential home. Or 8. A home whose value represents 5% or less of the property value as a whole. So not only was our seller who purchased the property but never lived in it and then decided to sell not exempt, but also if a seller inherits the property and never occupies the home, they too are not exempt if they inherit it as an individual heir. At any time, if you are unsure if your seller is exempt or not from filling out the seller's disclosure, just reach out to us at Capital Title and we will be happy to discuss your specific situation. As always, I appreciate you taking the time today, and I hope some of the information shared is useful to you. Again, I'm Kelly Yount with Capital Title. I work on behalf of all of you, and I'm here for you and look forward to answering any legal questions you may have at any time in any capacity. You will find all of my contact information in the video description. We welcome any comments you may have, so please do not hesitate to drop that in the comments section below. Have a wonderful week, and I hope to share another cup of coffee with Capital next week. See you soon.